Bam!
Look, hey, hey, hey.
Oh, I said, okay, I had to turn my volume up. I'm like, it sound like a mouse. I'm like, what's she saying? What's she saying?
Okay. I need you to
Okay.
I need you to hear me.
You need me to hear you. Hello, everybody. Come on in and join us. Come on in.
Yeah, I got my co-host. Look so
Yes.
far. Look, we on and getting it today.
Oh, I'm ready this time. I hope y'all ready for Key Lolo. Because
Oh
I'm ready for
Lord.
y'all. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right.
Okay.
Hi,
It's that kind of
Janelle,
day.
what's going on?
All right.
Hey,
Happy Monday.
hey. We
Hey,
made it.
Dacia.
Hey,
Happy
what's
Monday.
up, beautiful?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about yourselves?
Super fantastic beauty under
Yes.
one roof magic. How's that?
There we
What?
go.
I
That's
got to
it.
use that.
Doing it well. Yes.
That's right. Super fantastic beauty under one roof magic.
Yes, yes. Hello, Beauty Nails. How are you? Thank y'all for joining us. We're gonna get started in a minute today. If you guys do not know Kilo Low, also LaDosha Wright, y'all are in for a treat. Just the biggest, beautiful personality that's gonna jump out at you, give us a whole bunch of information and stuff about the industry. So hold tight. We're gonna wait and let a few more people join us.
Yes,
And
come on in. Come on
yeah,
in and join us.
come on in the room. Yeah, I guess everyone here knows we're on countdown. Today is September 1st,
Ooh.
Ooh
2025.
wee.
And Be Your Afro Hair Live is September 14th and 15th. We on the countdown, guys. If you haven't gotten your tickets, please do. We have a great lineup of people that will be at the show. LaDosha Wright being one of them. We had just a whole list of people that'll be there in addition to the classes. So we have Kay Simpson, we have um, Rachel Fletcher, who's going to be doing lock repair and that type thing. And then the next day on Monday, she's going to color locks. And I didn't know you could repair
Oh.
locks, but you can. And she's going to show us how. We have a braid class that just popped up that we've added to the agenda on Monday. It's an interactive, bring your mannequin heads. We're going to have some braid hair there for you to learn these new techniques. And then we're going to have a little kind of competition thing at the end of class. So y'all come on, it's all going to
Mm.
be fun. Uh, we have Gayla Belay, who is the lead hairstylist for uh, Family Business on Netflix, and she's done quite a few other things, but Family Business is her main job. She does the regular one, and I don't know where that one is, but there's also the new one that's in New Orleans. She's there doing hair on set, and she started an agency. And so, if you guys want to know how to break into that element of our careers or that facet of the beauty industry, Gayla is the perfect person to talk to. She'll be there on Sunday and Monday. We have Bill Cole, who does the male units. This guy is charging insurance companies. If you're a barber or even a hairstylist and you want to get your tickets up to that $1,000, $1,500 range per client, Bill Cole will be there giving out nuggets on how to break into that game and build the insurance. He's actually in a medical facility, so learn how to do that kind of thing. Who else do we have? Um, Oh, we have Brian out of Baton Rouge who is going to do. He does. If you guys have seen the pops of color on men's hair now, that kind of thing, Brian's going to go over that with us. He's actually a chi educator, so he'll be giving us techniques on how to do that. In addition to those classes, there are a lot more. If you're an instructor, bring your students. We have classes for you as well to go in teaching how to manage this new generation with this microwave, and they want everything quick, and just a difference in how they learn. So we have Lakeisha Dole, who'll be teaching that class for us. So, like I said, if you're an instructor, bring your students. We have something for you as well. Then there's the barber battle. There's a makeup competition.
Oh, the
There's a
barber
nail
battle was dope last year.
competition. Okay,
Yeah, it
so
was good. It was really, really good.
and it's fun. So we're going to learn some things. It's going to be fun. I have a gentleman named Charles Vick, who I have some clients who he and I have dealt with, who he's helped to get leasing type situations, but he wants us to consider buying property as opposed to leasing, so that we have that kind of assets left. So, and then we have Kilolo and Cheryl Morrow, who are hosting a panel that talks about the dumb stuff shit that people ask about textured hair. And then we can talk about building business in that industry, guys. It's a billion-dollar
Powerful.
industry.
This is powerful.
How are we going to take some of that textured hair money back and put it in our bank accounts? We think that's kind of collaborative, collective type of thing. So come be a part of that. We're going to talk about how we can all make some additional money. If you're a seasoned stylist, if you're the one that came up with me in the beauty game, what's your exit? How do we figure out what's next and what's our next move? So a
That's a
lot of
good one.
yeah, a lot of stuff is going to be going on. It's going to be great. Tell your friend, tell your cousin them, tell everyone to come and join us. Tickets are on sale now at either Afro Hair Summit or beautyounderoneroof.com. There's actually a promo going on right now. The promo is 15% off until the 7th, and the promo code is BUOR and then AHS 15. So go in, get your tickets. And like I said, that's going to end soon. So if you guys want to get in on that, please go ahead and do that now.
Now's the time.
Okay, now's the time. Now's the only time that counts. All right. So with that being our commercial and intro to the show,
That was a
uh,
good infomercial. Sure, I was
that was
liking
a good
that.
information.
I'm going to them classes. Sure, I'm gonna learn how to do something new and
Yeah,
improve
and
my business acumen and stuff.
yeah, girl. And then it's all included in your ticket price. So we didn't go in and charge you extra money for the classes. So that one ticket price, that $50 tickets per day, or if you buy the two day, all of that gets you into all of the classes that are going on and all of the sessions. So just try to make it affordable so we can share and just give that knowledge out to people within and without of our industry. So
Right.
um, all right. So, who we calling? Look, who are you today? You,
I
LaDacia
am
or
I'm
you Lolo?
Ladosha. I could be either or, the kilo, that's just the hood side so everybody can know, I'm real. I'm out here, learning like everybody else in our profession. We never stop learning. So sometimes, we get a little hoity-toity, but I like to keep it down. So either or, I'm rocking.
Okay. All right. Okay. We gonna be LaDocia and maybe Key Lolo will come out. We'll see.
She might.
So LaDocia, right? LaDocia, tell us a little bit. Give us that, spiel of who you
That's a
actually are,
little
where you
spill.
are. Yeah.
So to those of you who are not familiar with LaDosha Wright, I am a licensed cosmetologist in the greater Cleveland area. I've been doing hair for approximately about 25 years. I entered the industry by way of mental health. So prior to becoming a cosmetologist and salon owner, I worked as an outreach worker, providing anger management, parenting classes, and program direction, and all that good stuff. And that is how I got into hair because I could clearly see the effects or the impact and influence that improper hair care was having on people's mental health, and decided to open a hair salon, teaching people how to do their own hair under the guise of trichology, because back then that was just a nice fancy word. And it kind of focused on some issues that really needed to help. And then I went on and furthered my career to become a master colorist by way of Alan Benson. May she rest in peace. So that's how I got into hair coloring. And She was very influential and instrumental in helping me become a master colorist. So that's how I got into that. And then I went on to write books. I traveled to West Africa about 5 years ago to help write their cosmetology curriculum because Fatou Sangay, is the owner of the Gay and the founder, rather, of the Gay and Joel Skills Academy. And that's located in Banjul, Gambia. That's West Africa. And so she traveled to America to help us here in the state of Ohio, really fight for natural hairstylists to mandate them to have some education with braidings and locks and twists, because there was some crazy belief that in Africa you didn't need a license to braid hair. We were like, where y'all getting that stuff from? So she came over from Africa to help the natural hair community out. And in exchange, I went back to help the Gambia out. That's like the epitome of Pan-Africanism, if you can ever, in my world, anywho. And so it's time to go back and continue that relationship. And she continues to help us here. She came back about 3 years ago to help us with the Afro Hair Science Summit and taught us the braiding technique that introduced well, it predates cornrow braiding. And so it was called mountain braiding. So that was pretty good. And so now it's time to go back, and I continue to be an advocate in the community, helping to write laws and everything, just to make sure that our level is up and we're connected with wonderful people like you and Jeanette, so that I can continue to learn and my colleagues can continue to learn.
Okay. All right. So let's break down a little bit of that. So you mentioned
Hmm.
laws here in Texas, especially with the braiding and the so-called natural hair thing. We've been basically deregulated
Oh,
because you don't need a license to braid um, hair here in the state of Texas at this point.
I
So
know.
what's the law in Ohio?
In Ohio, you would have to have what's called a boutique permit. And so this allows you to work in a hair salon and a barber shop. So the braiders or the natural hairstylists, that covers all your lacticians,
Okay.
so they work in a hair salon under the instruction of a licensed professional. They can also get a shampoo permit. That's also a boutique permit. These are not licensed. And then education is required. You have to have at least 200 hours, and then you submit that to the state, and then you can work legally, in a hair salon or a barbershop. You can't work alone, but you can work in a hair salon or a barbershop, and you'll be able to learn more and be safe and reduce the likelihood of, just unwanted experiences in every way that you can possibly imagine. We would have liked more, but we'll
It's a
we'll
start.
take it.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
start.
that's a start. Like I said,
Yeah.
because here in Texas, it's yeah, y'all hearing about us on the news now. It's the Wild Wild West here in Texas.
Oh yeah, yeah. Texas
That's
off the
going
Richter
on.
scale. Yeah, they're sending some that I think what happens that people don't understand, especially see African Americans was really duped by the Institute for Justice under the guise of the right to work. And so that was Trump's liberty, what was it? Liberty for Americans for prosperity. So that was a Republican push, and they really duped African Americans with the, freedom to work, and not understanding that education is highly, connected to your ability to make more money, and of course, education lends itself to credibility. So, unfortunately, a lot of African Americans just fell for that, but we confronted. The Institute for Justice. That's funded rather by the
Mhm.
Koch brothers. You can check that
Brother
out on our
Castaneda.
documentary,
Yeah, I'm
the
familiar.
narrative. A lot of people don't know that was a way of chain salons saying we don't want black hair in our businesses, but they tricked it. They flipped the script to say, well, don't y'all want the right to braid hair? That was their way of saying, we don't care. Y'all can go go out there and snatch and do the traction alopecia and, all get y'all little scopes and put them white jackets on. Just don't come in our
Oh,
chain salons.
yeah, yeah, and that's truly what I believe happened here.
Hmm.
Um, that they found a way to kind of keep us separate, and say that that's a cultural thing, is how they
Yeah,
phrased it here.
yeah.
It's cultural, and we all do it and that kind of thing, not
And
realizing
it was a money grab because
it was a money grab.
they
Mhm.
want to control the education where you go into those kinds of salons. Like if you own a salon and you can train and all that other good stuff, that probably could fit your mold because you would be able to get all of those young people, that fresh talent out of cosmetology school and control
That's
how
how they.
people look in America because they want people to look a certain way.
Oh yeah,
So they can do that by controlling the hair. So it's so much bigger than the freedom to work.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
sad part.
Okay. So doing that, we had Cheryl Morrow on last week, and she gave us her spiel on the Crown Act and
Mhm.
uh, and where it is right now. So I really love to hear. Give me the Kilolo version.
The key Lolo version is that
Mhm.
it's like our permit holding, license here in I'm sorry, permission permit in Ohio. The Crown Act, it definitely has some work. I knew from the very onset of the Crown Act, it was never going to work on a federal basis just because of America's free enterprise, the right to how corporations and companies can be represented to make money. So that was going to trump that Crown Act on any given Sunday, number one. Number two, it was primarily written for females. So I knew that was a danger thing. And then just the whole natural hairstyle was never going to work because they were good. The argument was always going to be your hair doesn't grow naturally from your scalp and locks, braids, or twists. Those were simply hairstyles. And so I think, freedom of expression, the First Amendment, I mean, probably would have been a better one. But, I think they just had to start somewhere. But I do feel that had they talked to hairstylists who had a different lens on how that could have been written, it could work, but I will support them because we have to start somewhere. But hopefully, the conversation and how to rewrite that, because I do believe they have come to the understanding they have to rewrite that law, that piece of legislation, whether it's not a law now, but they're going to have to rewrite it. So I support them. We have one coming up in Ohio. We're going to celebrate World Afro Day next Saturday. So there's a councilman, Michael Hauser, who's going to come out. But it's weak. It's very weak. And but you know what they say? They tried. They did
Yeah,
try.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So give me a little bit of information on the Afro Hair Summit. What exactly is that? And how we're
So
talking.
So the Afro Hair Summit is a education platform that gives us the education in Afro hair that was written and penned by African American barber and cosmetologist named Dr. Willie Morrow, that's Cheryl's father. And so we never, no, I can't think. Well, the cosmetologist back in his day and received education from him, they got it, but people like me and my colleagues and a host of other people, we never got any education on Afro hair science. All of our education, I was just speaking to me and my friends, it has a European, which is starting the hairstyle from straight. All of the science, everything is coming from a straight hair perspective, whereas with the Afro hair portion of the education, the science is working with the way the hair starts inside the follicle, the scalp, onto the hair, into the environment, and then to the styles. And so this science is very, very affirming. It's gonna disturb your solar plexus, if you will, and will agitate you because we're fixed in our Eurocentric way of understanding hair, which is not bad. It's just that there is another way, and trying to take straight hair methodologies and understandings and put them on top of Afro hair. It can be confusing, but we've done it for so long. So when we learn something different, for me, when I first learned it, it was very uncomfortable
Hmm.
because I was stuck in my way of doing hair and how I was taught and who taught me. And I was fearful that I was going to lose some income, of course. Um,
Yes.
and then the second part is what would I say to my customers that I have been saying so
Mm.
much stuff that was so wrong. But Cheryl does a wonderful job in helping us navigate with new language and the comfort of saying that, you don't know what you don't know. And we can't continue to do and say the things that we used to say because it's counterproductive, first and foremost, to what the hair is and what the hair can do, which negates how we should be acting, on the hair and scalp behind the
Give
chair.
give me an
So
example. Give me an example of
So,
what I.
for example, one of the first things that we do when it comes to working with Afro hair is to use a lot of water. And so, in Afro hair science, you will learn that water is definitely the enemy of Afro hair in all the ways that we work with it, be it cleansing it, be it conditioning it, being it styling it, being treating it, coloring it. And so water, definitely, that one just blew me back.
Hmm.
Number two, the manner in which we cleanse the hair. I was so unnerved. I like had a mental breakdown, like in the class. Like my heart was like racing. I literally felt like I was gonna cry. The fella was there with me. I wish he was in the chat. It was just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe. And then the hair typing thing, never ever liked the hair typing.
That
But
poor
she
C thing.
really, yeah, she really
Yeah.
honed in on the how it was like the antithesis of just hair science in general, using the color system, the level system, and how we color hair, and that really thwarts, the pseudoscience of hair typing. And so that was validating, but a little uncomfortable at the same time because the language was being used by my colleagues and the customer. So getting people to understand that I would not be talking like that, and I never was in the first place. But it's still, it was a little challenging. So those are the top three things that I found um, to just be really. It was like I said, hard in the beginning, but when the whole salon, we all went, we all learned, and I mean, for sure, our income changed drastically in like 30 days. Our
Okay, so wait a
our
minute. Hold up, because we're talking money and the economics of it. So, in what ways because you learned a new perspective onto here
and no science and science, yes,
and
the
science.
science was real.
Okay, okay, and you went back and let your clients know that, hey guys, we've learned some things, that things evolve, that things change, and that's why you're,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay.
Things are different. Yeah. So for one, you can do more people because you're not spending all that time. That's one. Two, your back bar, you won't be wasting money on all those hair care products. That's going to put more money in your pocket. Two, the
Mhm.
results on the hair sent people running into the streets, like getting on the phones, like you've got to come to this hair salon. So I would say quickly, that was just instantaneous. The confidence, the camaraderie with us in the salon. Our friends who work in the industry were eager, because we invited our other friends, so all of us, the white people who took it, we all was just like, oh man, like this is like unbelievable. So all the blurred lines that because our industry is somewhat still pretty segregated, and so
Yeah.
Afro Hair Science it really brought blacks and whites together and just got rid of that. You know how when we're in the class, it's always a little bit like these lines and this that's separating our screens. That's how
Mhm.
it is in the industry. Afro hair science, it just gets rid of the blurred lines and we all become one.
Wow. Okay. And we're bringing a little bit of that to the Afro Hair
Yeah,
Summit
there's
next
some.
week, in a
Yes,
couple of
yes,
weekends.
yes, 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 yes,
So you
indeed.
guys need to be there so you can get some. It's going to be so full of knowledge and eye opening information. Uh,
I think it's time.
Again,
I think
yeah,
that now I think what you're, yeah, I'm very honored to be working alongside you and Jeanette for the second time. I think it's just going to continue to get bigger because people in our industry, we're ready.
yeah,
We're ready.
it's 25 years now. This year, right? 25 years for that natural hair movement that came through for that generation who didn't know how what kinky hair really was because they altered their natural texture from a young age. So the discovery of for that generation of their texture, it's now 25 years. And typically at that 25 years, there's a kind of a pivot in most things. So I think now it's the pivot is there. My question is, where do we go? Where do we go from here?
To
And
beauty under one roof, Afro Hair
ah,
Summit, that's where we go. That's where
that's
we
where we go.
begin.
Yeah, because
Because when you pivot, you got to start getting your marching orders. And I think when we come, based off of all the educators that you just kind of highlighted, just a few of them, these educators are going to give us our marching orders to
mhm,
go out back into work. And I believe we will see an impact in our industry once we leave your educational platform. I truly believe that. I sincerely believe that.
and that's what the whole platform and most people who know I usually do or we usually do Be Your Live, and so changing it to the Afro Hair Summit was an intentional thing with all of the actually after I started hanging with you and Cheryl just put in the chat, uh, dis- dysfunction of the
Hmm.
Afro follicle. Yeah. So we got to
Hmm.
talk
Yeah.
about this things that again, we live in this world where everything is controlled by that European influence. And where a lot
Mhm.
of times we don't think for ourselves because we're bombarded with what media
Well,
and society tells
they've
us.
been the gatekeepers. They've controlled the narrative, and
Mm-hmm.
they've held it. I mean, they own the books. They write the books. They own the printing companies. It's in our schools. We cannot get around it, and we have to start somewhere, not to make it as an excuse. But the industry and lawmakers, they are open, and I know right now it's a little bit more challenging because of the whole DEI thing. So anytime Black people come, we come with our skin color. So we cannot get away from that. But there is a science. And I know we have a bill here in Ohio, HB 414, that we did attempt to introduce for this type of language here to remove away from the race because race is pseudoscience. But hair is science. And so if we all can encourage the powers that be in cosmetology and barbering to incorporate the language of science and move away from race. I think I do agree that would be a wonderful idea because it segregates and it starts to
Mm-hmm.
dumb things down. So, we just have to stay in it for the long. It's going to be, it's going to be a long ride.
Yeah, yeah. And this is again our start to doing look our part in enlightening people and seeing how we can come together and start this new movement. It's not even a new movement. Start enlightening us on what it is that we don't really know. Um, so look, you talked about a whole bunch of stuff when you first got started, and I took notes. Uh,
I see
so
Jeanette over there writing some stuff. I'm like, Jeanette, what you over there tinkering?
Jeanette
She
keeps
like,
me on
ooh, this
track.
is good.
So
Like,
she put stuff in the chat for me and then on the screen. Look, I couldn't do this because I can't talk, think, write, and do all of that at one time. So Jeanette asked about that, and
Yeah.
I am so
Yeah, and I
grateful.
just saw it stalked on Cheryl Morrow's page, and she's going hard at it. She's got it
I,
all like all of
hey,
this. I
and,
love
and,
it.
let me tell
and
y'all
don't
right quick, though. Jeanette is a bad just shut
Mhm.
your mouth. This
Right.
lady right
We talking
They
about
drop
you.
the mic.
work. Y'all, I was watching her. I was like this.
You
You
know
know how
your
you want to
photos.
say? Your mother say,
You know
shut your
you're not
mouth. You're
upright.
like, I can't help it.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeanette
That's
is
it.
the bomb. Jeanette
Yes, she
is like,
is.
oh
Yeah,
my
we
God.
had fun doing that night.
Oh yeah,
Matter of fact,
you just
no one knew I was not feeling well.
And I mean, so she got sick and ended up in the emergency room the next day.
what?
Yeah,
Are you
that's
That's how much I love
serious?
hair.
Oh my God,
yeah,
girl,
Yeah.
yeah.
bye.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was just in a zone, and then when I snapped out of it, I was like, I gotta go to the doctor. I gotta go to the emergency room.
Oh wow. Who would have ever thunk it? But
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
But yeah,
right.
you said a great hairstylist, a legend in her own right. Um, you mentioned the part of about West Africa and the educational piece. Um, so give me the lady's name again.
Her name is Fatu
Fatu.
Sane. Sane, Saine, Sane, Gay, Gaye, like Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
And so she is a cosmetologist, and
Mm-hmm.
she got her education in Great Britain, and she opened up like a vocational school in
Uh-huh.
the Gambia. She has another campus now, and so I have a library there was funded in partnership with the Cleveland Public Library and a host of other community organizations from Baltimore to Atlanta, you name it. They all pitched in. We have a small classroom size, fully functioning library. Like the community can go in there, get
Awesome.
online, books have been donated, things of that nature. And then we have another campus that she named the classroom after me, and we have Dr. Morrows, and it's just a wonderful thing going on over there. And so they are looking to be on the world stage of textured hair education. And she has since now, when we first did the curriculum writing, I just want to make one thing abundantly clear. No, we did not go over there with our Western thoughts and make this a Western thing.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't like that. The community came out to hear it and give their input. Then the teachers came out. Then the business people came out, and then the lawmakers came out. So that it is a Gambian written perspective curriculum. It is not a Western curriculum. I got to say that.
Yeah.
That's one. Two, it had to go through a series of accreditation. But she finally got to that point, which was last year. It got the official stamp. And since then, now that she is an accredited educational institution, now she's been able to go to Ethiopia, she's been to Peru, and now she's helping them with their cosmetology
Awesome.
educational program. So that curriculum helped them do what they needed to do. And our goal is to make the Gay and Jural Skills Academy the Vidal Sassoon
Mm.
of textured hair, where this is where people in the world go to learn hair beyond two-strand twist and intertwining, three braids, and locking hair. They do so much more, and the hair has, different meanings in different regions and different parts. So the Gambia is on the west, but you have all different parts of Africa that do things differently. So when you go there, you'll be able to get an insight to understand that the continent is definitely not a monolith. And they
Mm.
are for licensure. And the primary reason that the continent is for licensure is to preserve culture and advance. So the whole thing about trying to be white and that you're not going to get away with that. So they are for education. So
Yeah.
all that stuff
Yeah.
about
And then
getting on the street
Europe,
and
yeah, that European education system when it comes to cosmetology is just totally different, a totally different respect of level of the science and of hair and the cosmetic industry when it comes to the cosmetologists and the barbers. It's just different. We have dumbed it down, I think, a lot here in the States compared
yeah,
to what it
yeah.
is in those
and that's
European countries.
and that's not to say that they're not like segregationists or separatists, or they're not anti-Euro involvement or anything of that nature, but they are pro their culture, their understanding first. And then, of course, they definitely use some of the information from Miladies. Miladies has some wonderful information, as does Pivot. There are so many other books that have great information. So they definitely, collaborate, but their culture, their way is at the beginning, and then they work and integrate because they understand that people are coming from all over to learn from them. And what they want to do is level it up. So when I go back in October, our goal is to do that because they have some unique circumstances that are different. Like they have the water shuts down, the lights goes out. So we have to come up with ways to style hair that won't impede that for people who live in those type of places where
Mm,
water is not, always there. But since we know in Afro hair science, water isn't always needed in that capacity, this type of education works fine for people who live in those type of places where we don't have to say things like developing country, poor
mm,
people, they're
yeah,
not advanced. Like those are very demeaning,
the meaning words.
belittling.
Yes,
Yeah, they're not user friendly. And so, or they're behind times. They're not behind times. It's just, there's a lot of reasons why the lights turn off. There's a lot of reasons why the water isn't on, but it's not like for what we think. But
right.
we do have some ways around it. And so that's our goal, is to continue on in that. And of course, history is infused. I mean, I was shocked. I thought I was gonna get my African past because I knew how to cornrow braid. But when they said, "Well, do you know the braiding that birthed cornrow braiding?" And I was like, "What you talk about, Willis?"
Good.
I never knew that there was a braiding technique that birthed cornrow braiding, and it was just like, wow, it was just
Yeah.
so much more to learn, so much more.
Okay. All right. Great. So hairstyling. I watch your page and you post fairly regular. You do your social media thing. You've been posting a lot of curls.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's gonna
Mhm.
that's gonna be my new name.
What's gonna be your new name, John?
I'm gonna be called a California Curl Queen. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
Hey,
It's people say it's coming back, but if you work in a hair salon, we do everything. Like finger waves, they never leave. Updos. People still want updos.
right.
The bob. People always want the bob. The bob ain't going nowhere.
It's
You
not
know
going
what I'm
nowhere.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
The asymmetrical bob. It's never gonna leave. It's never gonna go anywhere. And so the curl, um, to those who don't know, it's the cold wave perm. Y'all say it's back. It's back. I'm doing one every day. I'm encouraging people to go back. As Cheryl would say, the cold wave perm was our iPhone. And
Mm-hmm.
we can't throw it away. It's a wonderful option. And we talk about black, it's I think Vital is black. Is that a black owned company? I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vital.
Vital,
Yeah.
Lente
yeah.
Vital, yes, it is.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, yes. So Vital is rocking Hawaiian Silky. You can't get no blacker than Vital. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
They're
y'all
from the
trying to,
motherland.
yeah, y'all trying to have all these what they call them, buy black and all, but y'all steady trying to figure out who owns Shea Moisture and who owns Cantu and why not, and don't you tell it, and how come, all
Yeah.
that other good stuff. If you do the cold wave perm, it's back. No disrespect to the young lady who's doing the Gina curl. Uh, that's it's the cold wave. It's ammonium thioglycolate. That is a black science. Dr. Willie Morrow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Cheryl
his
says
stuff.
something is not something anymore. What you talking about, Cheryl? Vital isn't a black owned anymore?
Oh,
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what she's saying.
yeah.
Uh,
We'll find out. We'll find
we'll
out.
figure
But
it out. Yeah.
anyhow, I
Well,
believe it is though.
okay. So
Yeah.
so that is now you say at least one a day?
I'm doing at least one a day. That and the Rev Air, those two are like my
Okay.
things. I
Rib,
mean,
rib
you
air is
just
not. question.
Yeah. So I'm doing them young, old. One product. All you need is a moisturizer. That's the original moisturizer that everybody's looking for to have on their natural hair. We talked about that on our podcast. You can't get it on your natural hair, but you can get it with the Cold Wave Perm because of the science. And this is why we're encouraging everybody to come and join us at the Beauty Under One Roof this September 14th to 15th so that you can understand why you can't moisturize natural hair, but you can do something else to it, but you can't moisturize it, but you can moisturize a cold wave perm.
Okay. Because of the chemical composition of it and what it does.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Cool. Um, what have we missed? You're an author. You have a book or a couple of
hmm
books.
I have a
What?
couple of books. I have a self-help book titled What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon. And it just takes you on a journey. It's like a magazine-esque. So you can pick
Okay.
the chapters that you want to read. It's got some pictures in there. And it takes you on a journey to understand, what they probably did tell you, but you probably didn't listen. And so it'll just validate what you know, and
Mhm.
or it'll bring some new information, to you, and that's the journey. And it's a self help so you can understand a lot of this natural hair stuff that's got people a little out of pocket, no pun intended. So that's what that book is about. And then I have a children's book, and it's titled Curly Hair Adventures. And this book takes children on a rhyming journey of diversity through the greeting hello and a lot of different foreign languages, and so that children can understand that it's okay to be different. And so
Mm,
Rose is a little girl who hates to get her hair combed out, but she's going to go on a journey at night with her teddy bear. His name is Teddy Hair, and together they learn that it's okay to be different beyond hair.
okay. All right. Cool. Sounds good. So, in addition to coming to BO's Afro Hair Summit, what else is on the horizons for LaDosha?
I'm loving working with the Rev Air, so I want to continue to promote that. I love that styling tool as an option, if nothing but for the experience for the people who just can't seem to get that blow drying right. So
Okay.
the
So wait a
Rev
minute. Go tell us what the Rev Air, because I'm sure some people don't know what the Rev Air dryer or blow
So,
dryer
so
is.
the so the Rev Air is the world's first reverse hair dryer, and so this is a blow drying device where you put the hair in what they call a wand, and when you turn the dryer on, it has tension settings that will control how the air pulls or sucks the hair, and of course the air is going to evaporate and stretch the hair, and it will keep the hair set. And then it's easy. The hair doesn't tangle, there's no hair coming out. There's no hot heat blowing on your neck, your ears. You don't have to worry about burning. The time is it's a little bit quicker depending on your hair and your skill set. Anybody can use it, male, female, parents. It's a great way to get your children involved with their hair because when we grew up, like we were involved with our hair. Today, a lot of parents don't have their children involved with their hair because drying it with the blow dryer, it's just something that a lot of parents just don't know how to teach their child how to do. And depending on where you live, you got to dry your hair when it's cold outside. So some climates, you don't even need a blow dryer, but if you live in Cleveland, you can't go out with wet hair. So the Rev Air is going to help people out in those situations. And if you have more than one daughter or you have sons and daughters who have a lot of hair, the Rev Air is a great investment. It saves on salon visits, especially for those salons who have a la carte menus where you can come in with your hair already dry and they can proceed with the hairstyle. So if you're a la carte salon, our salon is a la carte. So the Rev Air definitely helps save money and time, and it definitely encourages people to get involved to take care of their hair. And for parents who have more than one child, or it's just for to save some money or time, the Rev Air to me is definitely the tool it's a game changer. It is
Yeah,
a game changer.
yeah, I
I
agree.
use it. I use it in the salon, and it draw people come to the salon for they want to see if it. The first thing is, does it really work?
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to see. They see me on YouTube, they see me on TikTok, and they say, I don't think it's going to work on my hair. It's not for every head of hair, as nothing
Mhm.
is. But 99.999, that in my experience, it
Okay.
works.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So guys, if you go to Be Your Beauty, that's the acronyms for Beauty Under One Roof. Rev Air has actually given us some dryers that we're doing giveaways for, and you can sign up for it on our Instagram account and on Facebook and what's the other one? X. So
Okay.
go to those things, get your points. We're going to give away, actually, we're going to give away three of them at the Bior Afro Summit.
To go for an
Ladosha.
extra one. I'm gonna try to get in. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all better get that red hair.
All right, look,
Hey,
look, we got
red
three
hair
of
ain't
them.
no joke.
Yeah, okay, and y'all, these blow dryers are selling for $4.99.
Mhm.
So I think it's worth the investment, like Ladosha was saying. If you're dealing with textured hair and you're taking that blow dryer and going through it with that
I,
comb and the direct heat,
yeah, it works on locks, your two strand
yeah,
twist.
it's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
and y'all know how we try. You sit people under the dryer with those locks for how many hours?
Mm.
This will help to save you time and uh, dry the hair in a safer manner. So and
Mm,
thoroughly
mm.
dry it. That's a whole nother
It's,
thing.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
True, true that, true that, true that.
Yeah. So if what would you tell the younger Ladosha with the knowledge that you have now?
Um, I would tell her um something that my mom always told me, and I
Didn't get
hated
it.
it.
Yeah.
I no,
Okay.
I didn't like it because I felt like, you know, you get to a, like you can reach the top, right? And no, you can't. You have to continue to learn, and that was really bothering me. I wanted to get to the sixth grade and be done. Get with the
Yeah.
dishes and be done. I'm done.
Hmm.
Like, no, you're never done. And so I would continue to tell myself with my mother and my father. Actually, my father said it, and my mother never stopped saying it. And that's good, better, best. Never
Mm.
let it rest
Till
until
you're
your
good
good is better
and you're
and your
better.
better is better is best. You cannot stop learning. There's just you cannot know everything. And when your
Mm.
last name is right,
Look,
that will smuck you
what
up.
you say, Jeanette?
That your
Can't go
last name,
wrong.
hey,
Can't-
your last name's right too.
Yeah.
That's right. Can't go
Oh
wrong. It's
my
always
gosh.
Two rights
You're
make a
such
one.
a Oh my God. If your last name is right, good
yes.
Lord. Yeah,
Two rights
that's
make a
just,
double right.
yeah, I always say it's spelled wrong, but it's right. Ain't that right?
Ain't that right? It's
That's what I
right.
tell them. It's spelled wrong, but it's right.
Yeah.
So the ego has a way, and your friends and people who pump you up, but your parents are like you can fool some of the people some of the time, and you can fool all the people all the time. But you
But
can't fool moms.
yeah, yeah,
You can't fool moms. So your mom, your dad, they're gonna always tell you, you can do better. And that just never set well with me. But as I've gotten older, I get it now. And I would, if I had to talk to the younger Ladosha, I would say it again.
yeah. Okay. Awesome. That sounds great. So coming to Houston, September
Exciting.
14th and 15th. I have you, look, let me tell you where I have you, and then you can tell me what you're going to do. So I have you doing Red Air demos. I have you doing the Dosha color
Push
techniques.
sounds. Come on, y'all. I got y'all.
Okay. And then I have you moderating the what is the dumb shit people ask about Afro
Say, say about Afro hair. It's the dumbest.
shit people say about Afro hair. And I also have you on an expert, have you moderating an expert panel on salon business and growth.
And I'm not coming to the fact that y'all know I love to party, right? So I'm
And,
definitely
oh yeah,
going.
and we have Fiat du jour on Sunday
Yes.
evening. It's the after party. Uh, we're doing the ancestral Afro ancestral hair show and fashion
Oh
show.
my
A few
goodness.
stage presentations with some people
I gotta go
doing
get me
some.
an outfit, man. I
You,
gotta go
you
get me
need an
something to
outfit, so
wear.
you know. Yes, yes. Uh, so after that, we're doing the Fête du Jour Houston. where we're gonna honor a
Style.
couple of
Okay.
people and try and try to get this thing where we're not try. We're going to get this thing going in a more national way, so that we
Okay.
come together a bit more as a country,
Wow.
as opposed to all of us doing
I,
these great
I'm
things separately.
excited.
Yeah,
I can't wait. The color class, I'm gonna rock it. I got my hand. I'm ready for them. I'm ready.
you
I'm
ready?
ready for y'all.
Okay, put me in, coach. Put me in.
I'm in. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this.
All right, cool. Any last comments you'd like to leave with our audience? And thank you guys for being with us.
Yeah, so again, thank you so much, you and Jeanette. I can't wait to see you guys. I think, now is the time. I remember a young lady came up with a t-shirt that said, Africa, the time is now. I'm probably going to wear that, as a matter of fact, to the Afro Hair Summit. And I think what you're doing and what you're allowing me to be a part of is absolutely wonderful. There's a lot of I see all these new reels out here about hair loss and better than hair salons and better than hair loss and better than barbers and you know we cannot we can't do the division thing, guys. And I'm honored for us to come together so that we can really show that we've always been a family. And in closing, I'm like, G Money, from New Jack City. Yeah, I know
Mhm.
Kilo was gonna come out at the end. I'm seeing Beast, Cash Money Brothers. We all we got. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I'm for keeping the family together. I'm not for separating. No better way to keep a family together than keeping us all educated. Remember, you got to know who your cousins are, right? So you don't
Mm-hmm.
be kissing no cousins, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So we got to know who each other are in the industry, so we don't be saying things like the lofts are better and hair salons are played out in barbershops or this and lofts are bad and independent contractors are stupid and all. We can't be saying that, guys. And so I'm anxious to come and to learn from as many people as I can so that we can go out and like you said, when we pivot, we will have our marching orders. When I used to be an outreach worker, we would go to these conferences and it would be John Henry Clark and Eric Michael Dyson and Dr.
Mm.
Ben, and Dr. Amos Wilson. These cats was like the
Yeah. Yeah.
Kawanza Kajufu. I mean, these brothers and sisters was like on it, Yana Vazant. And they
Mm.
would give us our marching orders, what to do when we go out in the community. And I see Beauty Under One Roof as a place where we can come and get our marching orders to go out and keep our hairstyling, barber, nail tech, makeup community together because like G Money said, we really are. We all we got.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, again, thank you so much. I'm so excited about the event and the part that you guys are playing. Thank you for you guys have encouraged me in ways that I'm sure you don't even realize. Uh, by coming and supporting this, I am truly honored to have the people that are coming to do this with us. And together we can make some things happen. Together we are making some things happen. And we just got to keep going in what it is that we're doing and educate some people
Yeah.
and give some direction because I think the mature hairstylist at this point, a lot of us are kind of searching for something. And here at the Afro Hair Summit, we like you said, we're going to give them give us all some directions, take some more information in, and then get some directions so that we know what our objectives are and do that collectively. And I think
Yeah.
we'll make an economic impact on the beauty community, and we'll make an impact on our communities as a whole. So
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
thank you. Truly appreciate you being here. Uh,
I can't wait. I'm gonna touch the hem of Jeanette's jacket.
yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
get a
touch that
haircut.
baby. I'm gonna
Right.
touch it. You remember how Sandman used to rub that little wooden thing? Shoot, I'm gonna touch that Jeanette and get some
Well,
of that
all
magic.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm coming
Yes,
to get
it-
that. And we gotta. It's a passing of the baton too. Some of us we gotta step back and let
yeah,
these young people let them do their thing. So I could touch that hem over there and get some more knowledge. If we gotta pass that baton and let them know, because they somebody else gonna do that beauty under one roof. We're
Yes.
not gonna always
yeah,
be here. So let's let them know that, hey, y'all, it's time for y'all to take over the reins and we're gonna fall back like a family in the family reunion.
That- That's it. That
okay.
part right there. That
Yeah,
part
yeah,
right there.
that's
Yes.
it. So,
Yes.
guys, again, LaDosha, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Ladosha, this
What
has
else? We'll
been
see
great.
you
Great.
in
Great.
15, no, in 13 days. We'll
It's
see
going
you.
down.
13.
Yeah, it's
Meet me
going
at the
down.
B. It's going down.
Yeah. Okay. We still need another note. I would still like to have more independent product companies come and vend at the show. So if you guys would reach out to me, go to the website, that phone number, the 832-313, wait a minute, 832-303-1583. Text that number, call that number if you are a Black owned or minority owned hair care product type of company. Again, still, I would like to have a few more so that we give each other exposure, so that we support each other even in that manner. Black owned beauty supplies. I'm coming back again. I'm making another round. So y'all just gonna say, here she go. Don't hide when I walk in the door. Uh, but those things we like. Go to the website, please tell your friends, tag a friend, go to the website, register for the Rev Air blow dryer that we are giving away. Buy your tickets, tell a friend, tag a friend. If you know someone who needs to be there, please tell them.
And
Regular tickets.
I'm going live like 3 times a week to
Okay.
take people on the journey to encourage them to come. So I'm on all the platforms, TikTok, everything. So I'm pushing it too.
Okay, appreciate it. Like I said, I know you guys are doing things. I get these extra little notices from people who are supporting, and you guys aren't the only one. So everyone who's supporting me, Kevin Howell and Charlene and Dr. Christopher and just Jeanette, of course. But there's a whole litany of people who have stepped up and are helping me to pull this off. The good barber, I just saw him on there. He has taken over the barber battle for me. We still could use a few more signups for that, but he has taken that and is running with it. So he took that whole segment off of my plate, and I am so grateful for that. So again, guys, let's promote. The discount code is available until the 7th. There's a 15% off of almost everything, not quite everything, almost everything on the site. And we got some VIP tickets, and then there's an all access where you'll get preferred seating. If that's who you are, if you need to come in and, roll up to the front, we got you, swag bags and everything. A little area for you to sit back and drink tickets and lunch and that kind of deal. So please go to the website, look at those things. If you have any questions, just hit us up on either social media. One of my guys is monitoring social media. If anybody says something, he texted me, you need to respond. So I love it. Thank you so much, because I can only do so much alone.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
this year, a team of people have come along, and again, I am truly, truly grateful. So we're going to learn a lot. We're going to fellowship a lot. We're going to party a good bit. We're going to have a little drink and some other things going on. Citywide Beauticians and Barbers Association will be there as well. I see they just joined in. Again, help with the ticket sales. We appreciate all that you do. We'll be back next Monday
All
with
right.
another special
That's
guest.
right.
And our guests have been so full of knowledge. It's just been an amazing journey so far. And we're going to keep this going even afterwards, because I got some other people trying to get on, and we just don't have time to do it. party number one, CWBBA, party number one is Sunday night, the Fiat du Jour, which is a networking thing that's kind of the after party. So that's how we're going to close out on Sunday evening. And then on Monday evening, we close out with a networking thing for the American
Film.
Curl documentary premiere of Willie Morrow's life. And then we're going to hang out a little bit at the hotel after that, even before it, but after it as well. We're going to go down to the bar and just, y'all know, it's a hair show. So we're going to hang out, do some networking, love on each other, get to know each other and that kind of stuff. So come the party. The American Curl thing is actually free and open to the public. There's a limited amount of tickets for that. And there's a limited amount of VIP and stuff as well. So go to the website. The classes will be totally up in about 2 hours because I'm going to finish that up tonight. And it just keeps adding, and that kind of throws me off a little bit.
I
But
think
yeah,
I see a cape coming out of your back, like you're Superwoman or something. I think that's a cape back there.
I told someone on the 16th I'm going to the spa, and I'm gonna stay there all day.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Yes.
All day,
All
all
right.
day. All right. So again, Ladosha, thank you so much.
No,
Jeanette,
thank
thank
you
you.
so much.
Paige,
Thank you, Jeanette.
yeah,
Yes.
thank you so
Yes.
much. I see your
Great.
person, Ladosha, was helping us with some information. Lakeisha, I think is her name.
That's Hattie Mae. That's my best friend from the SIP.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
Hattie
so
Mae.
much.
What's up, Hattie Mae?
Thank you. She was on it. I was watching. I was like, okay, she on it. Uh, no, the classes will not be on Facebook or IG. We'll go live at points, but I want people to come and get the knowledge as opposed to, well, like I
Yeah.
said, we'll give you some snippets, but some other people have paid and taken the time out of their schedules to come. So I don't want to dishonor them by doing too much free. So, okay. All righty. Thank
Yeah.
you, guys.
All right. Thanks,
All
everybody.
right.
Thank you.
All
Good
right.
night.
Sweet.
Good night.
Good
Uh-huh.
night.
CWA, the class list is on the website. Just go on there under classes and you can click it and it'll be there. Yeah, it's there now, actually. Okay? All righty. Thank you,
All
guys.
right. It's a
Bye,
deal.
guys. Have a great
Good night.
night.
All right.